Hello, welcome to another Gemini Rogues video. This is the conclusion of our top 5 tier 5 medium tanks, and this is our number 1 Killers 05. Enlighten us and the viewer to what is number 1, please.
M4.
It's the M4.
M4 Sherman.
You chose the M4.
Yeah, I love the M4 Sherman.
I hope you can justify this
reasons.
choice.
Yeah. I'm not going to go in a full background again. There were nearly 50,000 these made. 50,000.
So it was a real tank.
And
the M4.
Yeah, and it spawned many variants.
It got beyond prototype.
Yeah, we've seen the versatility, the French tank. They stuck different turrets on it after. They did all sorts with it. They beefed up the armour on it. We've seen the jumbo later on. It was a good base work for a tank. Yeah. And it's a really good tier 5.
It's got a lot of history behind it, Anthony Sherman.
But for me, it's the best medium. It's most fun I think you can have in a medium at tier 5. Touching M7 there, I said that were really good fun. I really enjoy playing the M4, and you get really good results with it as well.
Are you going to show us that?
Yeah. First video we've got Prokhorovka, and we've got the 76mm gun. Straight away the tank's got 2 fantastic guns. The 76mm, 128 penetration on a standard shell. Yeah. 177 on an APCR, so that's even better. Put that in with a good fire rate, 12.5 rounds a minute, it gives you a not a bad DPM of just under 1500.
Okay.
So fire rate's pretty good. Aim time, do you need to tell you aim time? What can you guess for a tier 5 medium?
No, tell us what it is.
2.3 seconds. As is tradition for a tier 5 medium, it has to have a 2.3 second.
Is that the same as all the
rest? Yeah, all of them have had a 2.3 second aim time. So you can see it guns. It's got a good punch to it. That's a KV220 or a Bogota, same tank. It's punching pretty well.
What's the reload? It's over 3 seconds.
Yeah, well, say 12, just over 12.5 rounds a minute. Accuracy is not horrific, but it's not brilliant.
Can you trust it?
Yeah, look at the velocity on shell. Really good velocity on shell. It's a real good punchy gun.
Okay.
And what damage you get from it, 115, but it tends to roll quite high sometimes. We've seen that already in this video, 130 a couple of times.
Make someone move, aren't you? Look.
And just as I say that, we just roll for 100 every time.
Anyway, go on.
You can see the aim time, there it is. But accuracy, bump straight in.
Yeah, nice shot.
That Bogota.
Don't know what that's in front of.
And Churchill, we can see he can relocate, and it's quite stealthy as well. The camo rating is not great for tank, but I've never really struggled with it, getting spotted frequently. I mean, we've chucked his binos on this one because we're not using a dirt gun, so we're going to keep it at a distance.
I was going to say what you're running.
I'm just running. I mean, I like to do this in it. I like to get to a position in it early because it's quite mobile. Get my binos up and then just start this gun ripping away at them.
What was that?
That was just chancing my arm. I've been detected and there's 2 artillery on game, so I didn't want to hang around there too much longer. Yeah. I'd already risked it a bit too much. Yeah. I mean, already in this short game so far, 7 spotted targets hit, 12 targets hit itself, 2 kills.
That's not bad.
And I'm still falling. Oh. Armour-wise on the M4.
Go on then.
He's known as not having much, but it is quite high. 51 on the old front, 64 on the turret front. Not so much great down the sides. I mean, the turret's still pretty armoured around the sides, but it's not great. But
it's more than the M7.
Yeah, but it can bounce through. We're going to see that in other videos. A bit like the T-34, it's angled. It's quite sloped up front, so if you get the sides on the corner, it can sometimes glance them off at front of you. It's not as nicely shaped on sides.
No, it's quite flat.
And it's back, so it likes to get set on fire.
Don't say
You've got to take a fire extinguisher with this thing. It just burns.
Nickname the Ronson one too.
Yeah, the Ronson.
Like, first time every time.
Yep.
Which doesn't it mean?
And you can see it. Look at that. Just my luck. My M3 decides he's going to move just as a fire. This is 76mm gun is good.
It's quite punchy.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you to put one gun on to other. They're both brilliant guns.
It's quite accurate.
It's fairly accurate, yeah.
It's accurate to a point, isn't it? You do some wayward, missy shots. Actually, no, you didn't that time.
No, every time we mention this in a video, we start actually...
Yeah, start hitting stuff. Oh, what happened there? Drop short. I mean, actually, this is at its distance, isn't it? It's like over 500 metres.
Yeah, at a distance it can. Yeah. I mean, the signal range, 615, you can see that here. That's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad at all, 650. The view range is a good plus point. Yeah. 370 metres, highest out of the tier 5 mediums. Okay. So it can see a fair bit as well. And as you can tell, it's not immobile. Acceleration's pretty good. It's straight up to that speed.
Why is this number 1 then?
It's so versatile, so much fun to play, suits everybody's play style, you can do what you want in it, and the guns are fantastic.
What's better, this or this dirt?
That's what, it's player preference. I prefer the dirt gun. I'm a bit of a dirt gun lover, to be honest with you.
Dirt gun lover.
But that's the beauty of this, the dirt gun's far better than the other dirt gun you get on any other tank in this tier.
Why is that?
The damage, 410 damage. The French one does the same, but the French tank can't move.
What's the penetration on dirt gun?
It's not as good as the Panzer, sorry. This Panzer 4.
Number 4?
Yeah, it's got
number 4.
Yeah, it's got 53mm penetration.
Ooh.
But it's a full-on dirt gun in the Sherman. You don't have to pack H-E, it's already got it straight in. It packs 2 shells, and we'll see that later on. And the APCR shells on this tank, 177mm penetration with 76mm gun, is pretty good. Really high. 115 damage is alright, but you can do that fairly quick.
That's a very nice game, actually. With
and you can see straight away, nearly 2,000 damage with that 76mm.
50, and you fired premium rounds on that.
Yeah,
you still got
52,000. It's even better when you get the dirt gun on, they're even cheaper.
Wow. Okay.
See, tier 6 match, M4's more than capable of owning it.
Of helping out there slightly, didn't you?
Yeah. It's pretty good. Next video we're going to look at is the 105mm. I do prefer this gun. It's on the newest map at the point of making this video.
Okay.
Is it Icebound, I think it's called? It's not been out long when we made this video.
It's definitely a new map.
And straight away you can see mobility. Dispersion's not good on the gun. Can be a bit of an issue. Not brilliant at shooting up move. You can see the bloom of the gun. I know this.
Yeah, it's quite big actually.
It's the same with the 76mm. The dispersion's pretty.
T34 was quite small, and the Panzer 8 was quite small.
The other thing I like about this tank is you can work your environment with it. 12 degrees of gun depression.
That's a lot.
12.
So
fantastic.
What's the power to weight ratio on this?
Oh, we should stop at this. It's of no irrelevance and no importance that anybody needs to know the power to weight ratio, except for you, weird.
Sorry.
God-forsaken need to know power to weight ratios of tanks. It's not top trumps. It goes around all right. It's mobile.
Quite nippy.
But the 105mm rounds, we've already touched on in the other video. 53 penetration, 410 damage. It is an HE shell as well, so you get your splash damage, and it's pretty deadly.
Has it got premium rounds on it?
You can pack premium HE. That's 101mm of penetration, but you lose damage. Only 350.
Ooh, I lose damage.
I'd really stick to just your normal ones. You get splash damage anyway. You can see the aiming is not brilliant, is it, when it's fully aimed in?
It's quite big actually.
But it's kind of accurate, if that makes sense.
It did take a chunk off him, didn't it?
And you can swing it about a bit. It's really manoeuvrable. It swings around underneath you nice. I like the way it moves. I like the way it feels. I like the way it goes everywhere. It's gun depression. I like its guns. It suits any map. It can handle itself in most tiers. Yeah, it's got no armor. If you get shot, you get set on fire. But if you get spotted, get out of there. Reposition. Don't take a chance.
I was going to say, what's the best way to kill this thing?
Just shoot it. There's no. Just get out of the way at front of it, basically. If it's got that big gun on it, you don't want to be getting a smack off that thing. No. You can see there 7 points, 4-7 seconds, I think it was, reload time. It's not brilliant, but 6.67 rounds a minute.
What's the aim time with the dirt gun? Is it the same as standard round?
Pretty same, but it starts out bigger, but it doesn't go small, so it's still 2.3.
Okay.
So it might look like, look at a Zode foe.
Oh.
Smashing in. We're trying to avoid them side panels there. This was going for his turret and it managed to hit his frontal, but hey ho, same result. It's perfect for if an injuring in kills in the end. And it loves this tank it's going to kill next. Absolutely loves it. You find anything like a T67?
No armour.
No armour. 410 damage roll with this thing. We're going to take a hit off him. Probably going to take another one. But
that's just mean.
He don't stand a chance. We're not going to struggle to pen him. He's dead. If you find something weak armoured with this tank, the tiers it sees, we've got to get a wriggle on here. They're coming up behind us, we've got to get a wriggle on. We'll get out of there. So that's pretty much this tank in a nutshell, really.
The gun.
The gun. They're both fantastic. We don't really want to risk a shot on an AT2.
Okay.
Bang.
Again. What about this KV1?
AT2.
Oh, sorry, it's an AT2.
We don't want to sit in front of him too much. Good job. And you can see there, that's how good they are. We don't have to aim for a weak spot. We don't have to aim for any particular area. We just smash it straight into and do 160 damage.
Bang. Nice. But he still tracked him. You could have immobilised him.
He drops a little bit short there. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to show you another video now when you get the absolute ultimate out of the derp gun.
Ultimate. Oh, you've got better for us then, have you?
Yeah.
Come on then, show us what you've got.
We've already got one shot in.
Is this proving it's number one then?
Yeah.
This is proving it's number one.
Back we're on another M4 who dived off its side to get away from us after we stuck one shot into him. And it's going to show its armour here a bit. I know the DW2 is not famous for its penetration ability, so he sticks one into us there. We get one shot in. Now I'm going to play a little game of chicken. We're angled, look, perfectly angled. Keep that front. Pointing towards him. Boom, skid one off the front. Very nice. Then we skid another one. Tease him with it. Skid another one.
Nice.
Make him shoot bang. Boom, shot bang. And a little bit of fire.
What you've done? Nice.
There you go. We took one shot, killed an heavy. I know it's a tier 4 heavy, but it's still showing a point.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a point here now. This is lag. I don't know what the hell. It can just, you know, when you pull the trigger and then it doesn't do anything and then it shoots it a couple of seconds after. That's what's happening there.
You stick to that.
Yeah, resin I meet my dirt gun bomb. Yeah, nice. And we're going to try and get him again now.
Oh, I like that. A little M8A4.
He's not got a chance. We could have took him from full health there. It wouldn't have really mattered. So you can see straight away here, 3 kills already in this M4. If it gets in a tier 5 match like this, it's a nightmare for the opposition. You're going to struggle against heavier stuff, your KVs and stuff like that, but what isn't.
So with your derp gun, are you still aiming for weak points, or are you just randomly banging them?
Depends what you've got. If you find something like that, a tier 3 or 4, normally you just smash them and you'll pen them anyway. Yeah. Avoid tracks if you can, don't shoot at tracks, they absorb HE rounds. Okay. But back mostly, if you can get around back of KV, you've got a chance of trying to sneak a bit more damage. I mean, weak at point, you hit more chance you've got to do in penetration splash, if you know what I mean. Yeah, makes sense. You kind of knows we're coming there. I suppose at this point in the match, it's to and fro. Do we go back and try and get them KVs, or do we push on and try and start capping because we're not looking good on numbers? Kind of took too long. It's going to cost us.
Well, you've got a fair amount of team on that side.
Add.
Okay.
As one disappears and other one starts running towards me. Think about a shot.
Do you get a shot?
No, it's not worth risking. We gear his position away and the chance of hitting him is pretty slim.
He is moving.
Best thing we can do now is try and get to the cap circle first. Use his mobility. We've got a light tank coming with us as well. 2 are in cap circle for that 1 KV1. We might be able to do it.
Is it not worth hunting them down then?
If we get face onto a KV1, he's just going to rip us to pieces.
Okay. So sometimes there is a good time to cap them.
Yeah, we've got spotted by a tank strobe eyes who's trying to chase us down.
Chase you down, what is it? What is it?
We'll find out in a bit.
T67?
No.
No. 82?
No.
Marder?
No. You just keep guessing like that. Another kill, 5 kills.
Did you ninja that kill, or was you helping him?
I was just aiming in. T67, here's one. Oh, tracking shot. And we're finishing off with a little round.
Nudged him.
So that's 6 kills now. We've got a little light tank friend spotting for us. It's pretty equal at this point on clock, on timer. And someone else is coming. There he is.
Valentine. Okay, I didn't think of that.
And see you later. And that's 7. And his little friends just drove out at cap circle.
Oh no! Accidentally.
Yeah, that's cost us quite dearly.
It was very even.
So now another T34 coming back for us. Number 2 on his list.
One shot? No.
Put one in. Trying hard behind this dead T67.
We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him.
We're reloading time. We took a shot. He's reset. He's done his job basically. He won't match for them.
Oh no! I didn't notice that.
So now we're at the mercy of that medium.
Medium? What medium?
On our team, A4 on the map. See if he can reset cap. He's only going to get 1 shot and he doesn't seem to want to move from that point.
No, that's a shame. 1 shot would have done it, but it's one of them things, isn't it?
He's not moving. And that clock's run out, he's going now.
He wasn't lucky.
A little bit too late. But Radley Walters, 8 kills, M4.
Just wait for confetti. Here it comes. Oh, you made some silver. Got some points. Got all of that, and you've got one of them. You got one of that. Oh, it's still going. You sure did drop the confetti on that one, Killers 05. You only helped your team out slightly, obviously. Could have done better, I think. Let them down.
Yeah, we could have gone back to cap. We probably started a wonderful thing.
Go on then, round this up then. I want to know why this is number one and make it good.
All guns are good.
Justify it, come on.
All the guns, so your normal 76mm is good.
All the guns?
Yeah, the howitzer is good. So play style's not a problem. If you don't like dirt guns, it's got a good enough gun to suit you as well. If you love dirt guns, it's got a fantastic one.
It makes silver as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a silver in it. We're seeing the M7 struggles with that. The guns, I can't say enough about them. The damage rolls for them, the DPM, everything's pretty high on them.
Yeah.
Even accuracy's not bad.
Yeah.
There's not much, and the 12 degrees of gun depression as well. The tank got fantastic.
It's a Sherman. Come on then, give it
it's fantastic view range, 370m view range.
More.
Mobility, it can work a train in it with that mobility and its gun depression.
Can you fit optics on it to be more aggressive?
If you wanted to. I won't advise you to get too aggressive in an M4. Okay. You haven't got the armour to back it up.
Okay.
Bad things about tank, it's camo rating, but I've never really struggled with it.
You're not really keeping still, are you?
No, it sets on fire easy.
Far too easy.
And other than the slope front, the armour's trash.
Yeah.
It's terrible stock as well, this tank.
Is it?
Yeah.
So yours was fully upgraded?
Yeah, as soon as you get the tank with its normal gun on it, it's terrible. It can hardly move and it's just a sitting duck.
Great.
So don't get M4 and go, what the hell? It does get better.
So your one in our demonstration is fully upgraded?
Yeah, both of them.
And what's your crew like?
It's average. It's not a fully skilled.
It's not
crew.
fully skilled.
Probably were by Ender at Summit Games. I can't remember which one, but the early ones.
That's pretty good for us.
So
not 100%. Very good.
But it's a lot of fun to play.
You made it look fun.
Especially if you're getting a tier 5 match with it. If it's top tier, you can have some real fun.
About in 7?
With dirt gun, you can still be a pain in the arse with tanks. You can splash them, you can track them quite easily with it. Yeah. And even the gun, the 76mm, 128mm penetration is good enough for tier 7 to do some damage.
Way, basically.
Yeah. M4.
Okay. So what else?
But like we said, the tier 5 mediums, they're all pretty similar. There's not a lot to choose between.
Give us 3 points that makes it number 1. Because obviously it's a hard choice to choose it as number 1.
It's full-on versatility. You can use any bit of terrain on the map with its mobility and its gun depression to be a full-on pain in arse from anywhere and reap a hell of a lot of damage when you get into that position.
Okay, what else? It's number 1, don't forget, it's got to be good.
Yeah, well, not really much. What's a medium do? Medium flanks, it can do that.
Yeah, true.
It can brawl with its dirt gun.
May I ask a question then? If you wanted to play this in a certain style, say...
Not like a Cromwell, no.
You spoil it.
You can't play this tank like a Cromwell, so you're probably never going to get one.
Oh, okay.
But no, it does suit loads of different styles of play, but like I say, the tier 5 medium list, I can move it around all day.
Yeah,
depending on what mood you're in when you pick them out of the tank. One day you could take your Panzer 4H out and be like, this is awesome. The next day you could take M7 out and do it same with T34. But I can honestly say you can do it more often in an M4.
You didn't say that about Skoda.
No, I'm not mentioning it's Skoda. No, it's number 5 for a reason. It's lucky to be at number 5.
Lucky. So, the M4, is it play dependent?
No, not in a way. No. You can have some fun in it no matter what.
It's not play dependent. Yeah. What about map dependent?
No, not even map dependent.
Not, okay. So is it gun dependent? No, not really, is it?
Both guns. Even tiers, it can handle tiers.
Okay, so you're kind of convincing me it's good at number 1. Okay, I don't see why the Panzer 4H is number 4, because I quite like it. Just does a little bit extra on everything. Yeah, it's got that more gun depression. It's got that little bit more mobility as in underneath you to swing around. Yeah. More damage with gun. Better penetration with 76mm standard gun. Yeah. Okay.
It just does everything a little bit better.
Fair enough, Killers 05. I think that rounds it up. I think you may have justified it and convinced me of it being number 1. It's a Sherman.
You just got to work your terrain. Play an M4, use your terrain to your advantage. You've got insane gun depression.
And your team.
Yeah, use it.
Yeah, use them.
Use them.
Use everything at your disposal. It will give you a good game. Okay then, Killers 05, thank you very much. And If you want to catch an exclusive on Twitter, it's at Gemini Rogues. What's his next project?
We're all ears.
Is it Arty?
No, it's not Arty.
It's not Arty. You sure?
I'm positive.
It's not Arty. Okay. Okay then. Thank you very much, viewer, and we'll see you next time. Laters.